Hi, it's Jez here from nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to bring you the cards I made with the jelly prints that I did. So I shared a video yesterday on making these and creating different jelly prints. And I'll link down below to that video. And today it's using the sheets. I've already cut them up and made some cards. So yeah, stay tuned. And you can see the full sheet because I didn't take a photo like an idiot. And then you can see the card that I made. There we are. So these are our prints and they are now dry. So I thought I'd chop them up. So we've got lots of bits to play with. I think these are quite retro, quite 70s. Like the look of them. Lots of scraps there for sentiments. Might do some die cutting. Looking at what I could possibly get the little one out of it. Yeah, so I could cut that with that, and that takes away most of that. Do the same on that side. Yep, and then I can cut a frame around it maybe. So I've got all my bits cut out, and I used my stitched rectangles I used the second biggest to cut these down. So I cut two of those. Because I didn't think when I was cutting it up, these two are much smaller, so I would have to use, if I wanted to do this, well, even a smaller one than that on these, if that's the way I wanted to go with these two smaller bits. I might just make them square journaling cards. I don't know, but these ones, so I cut this into just even quarters, and they will fit that, so that's cool. And then I used the second biggest and the largest to make a frame for it, for sitting on a card. Put those back really badly, but never mind. So I want one of those. I cut the frame in Starry Sky. Starry Sky is a really lovely sort of match for that dark blue, and I used the more intricate butterflies. This is the same butterflies that I used to cut the funky foam, and so I cut a butterfly, and I thought that would look really nice on top. We've got some butterflies showing there in the background, and I thought that would work really well. And I cut myself a thick basic white card base. I've cut it down to 5.5 tall, because these are designed for American letter size, so that mats much better on it. And then I needed a happy birthday sentiment, so I went with this. I wanted something little. This happy birthday sentiment there from Days to Remember. Got a bit of glare on there, soz. there. So I have already done it because I think this is getting a little bit long. So I then cut them out separately, and I mean the two different fonts which I really like. So I use this out of the scrap. So I cut myself the happy like so, and the birthday I sort of fussy cut it a bit, and that to go across there. So that is simply how I'm going to put this together. So I am going to glue this down first, and I'm going to sort of make sure it's centered before I put the frame around it. I find that is the easiest way to make sure your frame's straight, because it's easy to distort it, I think. So line that up there so that I can judge it's in the middle and it's straight. That looks pretty straight to me. There we go, and then just a lip bead. There we go. Oh. So then I just line this up around there. I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't really see. There. Keep that in straight. That's cool. And then I like to take my big block and just sit that on for a minute to hold it in place. Move it over there. So I want to give the butterfly a little bit of flight, so I'm going to just give the wings a little bit of a curl. Not too much, because we are going to stick the sentiment over it. So then we're just going to put some glue down the centre bit to stick it on. That should be fine now. So I'll judge it to be in the centre and straight. Now, you could put happy birthday underneath, if I could actually pick it up. And I could put gems down the centre. But I liked it going across the butterfly. Thought that was quite cool. So I'm just going to put a little dimensional just in the middle so that the wings can stay up. I bet some of you were thinking, well, that's not going to work, Jez, because you've got the wings up and they'll, you know, they'll be pushed flat. But I had already thought about it. That's a bit too big. Right, let's cut that down. Put this bit on the side here. Oops. There we go. I'll to pick it off now. There we go. Perfect. Going to use my tweezers. Place that where I want it. Straight. Always have to think about taking this off. Yep, that's cool. So now let's just place that one underneath. Oh, we got cut off momentarily there because my phone rang. So yeah, so I cleared my desk actually whilst I had the chance. So just gonna stick this underneath. Stand up so I can see it centered. There we go. And that is my birthday card. So I'm really pleased how that turned out. And then whilst I was off camera, I used that that other sheet. So I did exactly the same. I cut it with the stitch rectangles, made a frame, and I used, it's a retired set. I thought it looked quite sort of grungy. I did some inking in soft suede over it, but I used these garage gears. I just cut the cogs out of black. Then I used some Versamark and I put on some copper embossing powder, and then I went over it with the Stays On Saddle Brown, so it gave it a little bit more of a sort of a rust look. And then I did the same birthday sentiment, and I realised that it fit inside this die, which is a little bit like, it's like the badges that go on the front of a bumper, aren't they? So I thought I'd make a masculine version, and again I sort of grunged that up. It does cut it out in two pieces. I hadn't realised that until I cut it. So there we've got a nice butterfly version and a grungy masculine version. So I really like that, and I thought these could also be really nice journaling cards in a journal as well, particularly this one. I really like how that's turned out. So there we go. I'll link down below to my blog where you can then go and find the other birthday cards that Heather, Jill, Verity have made. And yeah, we'll see you again next month for another. And now I've got my jelly plate out, it's kind of all over the place. I'm going to do some more printing and bring you some videos using some more jelly prints, and I might even video some jelly printing. Okay, bye for now.